Alright, jabronis, you know what time it is. The Michael Myers fanatic is back to do another movie review. 1991, Freddy's Dead, The Final Nightmare. The movie opens up with this airplane scene, and this little jabroni is sitting on the airplane. He's complaining to the flight attendant. He says, "Excuse me, can you please switch this seat?" And she says, "I'm sorry, sir, I cannot switch the seat." From the look of the scene, it's obvious that it's a dream, except for the people that don't know that. He falls through the airplane, and it is later revealed that he has a fear of heights. And I guess Freddy exploits this, because that's what Freddy does. He exploits your dreams. The guy is an amnesiac. He doesn't know who he is. So throughout the whole movie, they're calling him John Doe. And this movie is centered around a youth center full of emos. Now, the Michael Myers fanatic knows that there are some people out there that probably says, "Hey, you shouldn't put labels on people." But guess what? The Michael Myers fanatic been getting labeled all of his life. So you know what? If he got over it, you can get over it. It's a youth center full of emo kids. So they all have problems. There's Carlos. He's the one that can't hear. Fanatic don't really remember the blonde kid's name, but I think he's a stoner. So Freddy kills him by putting him in a video game. I forgot what his name is. And the other girl, Tracy, it's obvious that she was raped by her father as a child. I mean, what else could it be? She doesn't like to be touched. Obviously, she was raped. What else would make her act like that? It's so obvious. This movie's like, there's no mystery to this movie. Everything's obvious. That's basically what's going on. It's this center in this building full of messed up kids. And one by one, Freddy is killing them. This movie stars Lisa Zane as Catherine Krueger, the daughter of Freddy Krueger, and Yaphet Kotto. They call him Doc. I don't really remember what his first name was. I love this movie. It was good. I don't care what anybody says about it. I absolutely loved it. I have nothing but good things to say about it. The kills were great. The puns were great. One of my favorite scenes is at the beginning of the movie where Freddy takes the John Doe kid and he throws him down a hill, and the kid just keeps rolling and rolling and rolling. I thought that was hilarious. And when he makes fun of Carlos for not being able to hear, he's like, "Lend me your ear." And he takes the chalkboard and rubs his nails on it, and Carlos's head explodes. Now, they all spent the night at the famous Elm Street house. And that's where Freddy starts killing them one by one. Didn't Nancy used to live in that house? I'm a little confused as to why they show that house throughout the series. And again, the main idea of this is there are no more children in Elm Street. Freddy has killed all of them. And the parents just pretend that there are kids in Elm Street because they don't want to actually bring kids back to the town. Because as they say throughout the movie, kids attract him. Kids bring him back. So they don't want to do that again. And at first, we are led to believe that that girl played by Lisa Zane, that her name is Maggie. But then we learned that her name is Catherine Krueger, and that she was Freddy's daughter. And Loretta Krueger, I don't know who plays her, but anyway, Loretta Krueger found out that Fred Krueger was murdering people, that he was the Springwood slasher. And then when Fred finds out about it, he kills her by banging her head against the tree. Catherine starts crying, but then Fred is like, don't worry, you still have me, and you have to promise not to tell. And then she's like, I won't tell. So that's basically the movie in a nutshell. But then the doctor, the psychiatrist portrayed by Yaphet Kotto, tells Catherine that she has to get inside of Freddy's head. And she finds out that Freddy was the product and the result of 100 people raping his mom. Thus him having the name Son of 100 Maniacs, because it happened in the asylum. And she also finds out that Freddy murdered a rat when he was younger, and that his father abused him. That's what turned him into the psychopath, or whatever you want to call him, that he is. We also found out that he sold his soul to the devil, basically. That's how he got his powers. They were called dream demons, but obviously if they're demons, they work for the devil. So, that's the long story right there in a nutshell. You have a guy who was basically a child molester that sold his soul to the devil. And that's how he got his powers, as I just said. Catherine Krueger is in denial about her past. She blocks it from her mind, and she tries to pretend that she's somebody else, but slowly she remembers who she is. And I'm like, well, isn't this a little too convenient? How does she suddenly remember that she's Freddy's daughter? It was just too convenient for the Michael Myers fanatic. He's sitting there like, what? After all this time, you're just now remember? Oh yeah, I'm Freddy's daughter. That's right. That's right, my daddy did kill a bunch of people. And possibly rape them and then sell his soul to the devil. I don't know. I remember now. But that's it. Like I said, that's basically it in a nutshell. Freddy kills John Doe because John Doe thinks that he's Freddy's kid. And he's like, but wait, I thought you weren't going to kill me. You let me live. And Freddy said, only long enough for you to bring me my daughter. And Freddy said, you think I'm your daddy? Mm-mm. Wrong. And Freddy cuts the parachute thing, and John Doe falls on a bunch of spikes. I like Freddy Krueger's sense of humor. The remake was just awful. I'll be reviewing that. The remake was awful. Seriously, it was bad. I don't even remember the lines in that movie, but it was terrible. But to speed the story up here, Catherine pulls Freddy out of the dream world and into reality. She takes a dynamite and jams it in his chest and kisses him and says, Happy Father's Day. And then she says, Freddy's dead, and the movie goes off. Personally, I would like to have seen where this is going to go with the storyline, but they didn't explore it any further. I'd like to see a Freddy Krueger movie where they continue from the original Freddy Krueger story. And I would like to see more of Catherine Krueger explored. But that's my review of Freddy's Dead, The Final Nightmare. I enjoyed it. Great sequel. People complain about it, but they're going to complain about a lot of things. You can't please everybody. You don't like this review, get hit by a bus. Stick your opinion up your candy ass. I'm the Michael Myers fanatic. I approve this message. Freddy is dead. The Final Nightmare, 1991.